friends, welcome to Gallant IAS HEPGEC program for daily revision. Here we are going to revise UPSC previous year questions and do model questions also. So let's begin with history topic. The first question means, with reference to Pondicherry, consider the following statements. The first European power to occupy Pondicherry were the Portuguese. The second European power to occupy Pondicherry were the French. The English never occupied Pondicherry. Okay, so the first European power to occupy Pondicherry were the Portuguese. Yes, the first statement is right. The first European power to occupy Puducherry or Pondicherry was the Portuguese in the 16th century. Okay, the second statement. So if first statement is right, you can eliminate. If first statement is right, you can eliminate option B and option C. And you are left with two options. Anyway, let's look the second statement. The second European power to occupy Pondicherry were the French. Actually, the second statement is wrong. The second European power to occupy Pondicherry were the Danes and Dutch, and not the French. So second statement is wrong. So if second statement is wrong, you can eliminate option. If second statement is wrong, you can eliminate option D. So your answer here will be option A, one only, which means that the third statement is also wrong. Anyway, let's look the third statement. The English never occupied Pondicherry. Such an absurd statement that the English never occupied Pondicherry. It's wrong. The English occupied Pondicherry in 1793 and it was given back to French in 1814 under the Treaty of Paris. So, which means third statement is also wrong. So, if you just know that, leave the first two statements. But if you know that English had occupied Pondicherry once, then you can easily know that third statement is wrong, and thereby you can easily eliminate options B, C and D, and you can get your answer as option A, one only, just by knowing the third statement. Such a very general statement. Let's move on to the second question from economy. What is the purpose of setting up a small finance banks in India? To supply credit to small business units, to supply credit to small and marginal farmers, to encourage young entrepreneurs to set up business, particularly in rural areas. Okay, so small finance banks were actually set up for giving credit facilities to small and marginal farmers as well as small business entities. So that was its main objectives. And the third statement, to encourage young entrepreneurs to set up business, particularly in rural areas. So this statement actually, it seems to be an objective of small finance bank. Actually, indirectly, it is aiding the entrepreneurships of youngsters in the rural areas. But this third statement was not, it's not actually explicitly the objective of small finance bank. So, though it seems to be there, third statement is not there in your answer. So, it's actually a tricky question. Most of us will go for option D, 1, 2 and 3, thinking that 3 is also an objective. But 3 is not explicitly the objective of small finance bank. So, the first and second statement is right. So, here your answer is option A, 1 and 2. And if you know that third statement is right, then you can eliminate options. Third statement is wrong. If you know that third statement is wrong, then you can eliminate options D, option C and also option B, thereby getting your answer as option A. Okay. So let's move on to the third question from polity. Consider the following statements. The Council of Ministers in the Centre shall be collectively responsible to the Parliament. Statement 2. The Union Ministers shall hold the office during the pleasure of the President of India. And statement 3. The Prime Minister shall communicate to the President about the proposal proposals for legislation. So in Article 75 Clause 4, it says that the union ministers can hold the office during the pleasure of the President of India. So statement 2 is actually right, which is mentioned in Article 75 Clause 4. So if statement 2 is right, you can eliminate option A and option C. So your answer will be either B or D. So from B and D, it's you can see that both contains options 2 and 3. So directly you can infer that third statement is also right. Okay. Anyway, let's look on to the first statement is saying the Council of Ministers in Centre shall be collectively responsible to the Parliament. Actually, in Article 75 Clause 5 is saying that the Council of Ministers in Centre shall be collectively responsible to the lower house of the Parliament or the Lok Sabha and not to the Parliament. So here the first statement is wrong. So if first statement is wrong, you can eliminate options D, option D also. So option B is our answer. Anyway, the third statement is saying the Prime Minister shall communicate to the President about the proposals for legislation. Yes, this thing is dealt in Article 78 Clause 2. It is dealing that the Prime Minister shall communicate to the President about the informations regarding various legislations, etc. So statement 3 is right. So if you know that the Council of Ministers are responsible to the Lok Sabha and not to the Parliament as whole, then you can eliminate options A, option C and option D, and you can easily arrive at your answer as option B. Let's move on to the next question from geography. Tides occur in the oceans and seas due to which among the following? Gravitational force of the sun, gravitational force of the moon and centrifugal force of the earth. So tidal force or tides are the periodical rise and fall of oceans or seas, and they may occur once or twice a day, and they are occurring mainly due to the gravitational pull of sun, moon and the centrifugal force of the earth. As you can see, the side which is facing the moon is receiving a greater gravitational pull from the moon, and a tidal bulge is formed there. And in the opposite side also a tidal bulge is formed, which is due to the centrifugal force of the earth, which is counterbalancing it. And in the second figure, you can see the earth, moon and sun are in the same straight line. So here the gravitational pull of the moon and the gravitational pull of the sun is actually reinforcing together, and extreme high tides are formed facing the sides of the earth facing the sun and the moon, and the other side it is formed due to the centrifugal force, and the other two opposite sides their extreme low tides are formed. So here in this question it is asking about the basic factors which are causing tides. So the gravitational force of the sun in minimal amount and the gravitational force of the moon, and along with the centrifugal force of the earth is actually causing the tides to occur in oceans and seas. So here our answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question from Environment. Which of the following national parks is unique in being a swamp with floating vegetation that supports a rich biodiversity? So this floating vegetation, which is also known as Fumdis, is found in Cable Lemjao National Park. Is found in Cable Lemjao National Park, and it is the only floating national park in the world. And you can also see the dancing deer in Cable Lemjao National Park, which is found in the northeastern state Manipur. So here our answer is option B, Cable Lemjao National Park. A current affair topic. Suman Scheme aims to. free education infrastructure facilities given to tribal areas, free healthcare benefits given to pregnant women and newborn babies, free skill training given to rural youth, and none of the above. So, Suman Scheme, which is Surakshit Madritva Ashwasan Scheme, is actually, it was launched during the 13th conference of the Central Council of Health and Family Welfare by our Minister of Health and Family Welfare, and it is actually a program which benefits the pregnant women and mothers up to 6 months after their delivery, and also the newborn babies from diseases, and it is giving free healthcare benefits to all its beneficiaries. So here the answer will be free healthcare benefits given to pregnant women and newborn babies. So our answer is option B. So that's all for today. Thank you.